Welcome back, guys, to Southern Minnesota TV. Today we're going to be working on the three-wheeler. This right here. I'm actually filming this intro after I filmed the rest of the video. I just ended up not filming an intro when I started, so I'm doing it now. We're going to be doing lots of things to this three-wheeler. We are going to change the rear sprocket. We're going to do some carburetor work. Hopefully by the end of this video, it'll run and do wheelies. Let's get right to it. Okay, it runs and drives, but it lacks power. And I'm trying to figure out if it's because of the gearing, since that is a sprocket from the original 350 Warrior motor, or if there's something wrong in the carburetor. Okay, I have put this carburetor on here in place of, I put it away already, that VM22 carburetor with that red intake manifold about as long as the carburetor is. Yeah, I could not get that VM22 to run right. I couldn't get it. Yeah, I think it was running too rich. Tried leaning it out, but it wouldn't work. I got sick of it. I put the original carburetor, or my mini bike carburetor, on here. And that's what's on here now. We're going to put the other carburetor on here that was originally from here, and we're gonna see once if we can fix the leaky fuel valve in the original carburetor that was on here. I'm gonna first off take the spark plug out of this and see what that tells me about the rich or lean. So, I don't know what to make of that spark plug. It for sure doesn't look healthy, but the end of it is white. The rest of it is black. Let's throw a new spark plug in and see what that tells us, because that one could have been fouled previously from running too rich. Okay, new spark plug installed. I want to change out the carburetor, because this one is off of my mini bike. It's the same carburetor, but it's not actually off this engine. I want to put old carburetor back on, because I might have messed up the butterfly valve in the mini bike carburetor, which is on there, and that might be the reason why it doesn't rev as high as I think it should be. So I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna take the gaskets out of the fuel valve, put them in this, because this has a leaky fuel valve. Hopefully that'll fix that, and hopefully this will make the three-wheeler run or rev a lot higher. I already have the air filter off. Now I'm just gonna take this, loosen those 10 millimeters. Okay. So this is the carburetor I want to put on it that came off the GX160. This is the carburetor that came off my 196cc mini bike. I want to put the fuel valve gaskets from here into here. You can see how similar these carburetors are. I think they're the exact same thing. This one has a leaky fuel valve, and we're going to try and fix that, put the original carburetor back on, see if it revs higher because I might have messed up the butterfly valve on this. I don't know. I'm just hoping. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take those 2 screws off the top here. Then I'm gonna take this gasket in there and the one on top of this lever. It's not really a gasket, but I'm gonna put that in this one. Then we have to change the jet from this one to this one for the stage 1 kit. Should be ready to put back on. All right, I got the gaskets in the fuel valve switched over. Hopefully that doesn't leak. I sure hope so. I really don't know. But now for changing the jetting, because I have a stage 1 kit to put on it. Really dirty, it's been used. Air filter's cracked off and dented, but that's what's going on. Hopefully that makes more power than the stock way. I know it did when the air filter was new, but obviously you can tell that it's not. So now for changing the jet for that, take this 10mm bolt out of the bottom. Don't lose that O-ring. The jet is down in there. I need to take a screwdriver, untwist that out, untwist the one out of the other one, that one, and put this jet, which I think is a 37, into this one, which has a stock jet for a GX 160, whatever that is. Sorry everybody, I got it all put together. I ran it. This is what the new spark plug looks like. And I can tell you right now, it's running pretty lean. I'm gonna try and jet it up one size, and I'm gonna try turning that little screw, that little brass screw right there out. See once if that helps. I'm not sure if it will or not. I'm not sure what it does. I would assume it's the air fuel mixture screw. So that would help it get richer, I believe. Yeah, and then put a 38 jet instead of a 37 jet. Do that quick and run it again. Well, I ran it with the 38 jet. It looks better. I'm not gonna argue too much with that. That looks like a pretty good, healthy spark plug. So I think I might have it jetted right. But it's really low on power. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that carburetor on there. So I'm trying to figure out throttle for this since I deleted the governor. What I've come up with, I actually found this on a different YouTube video. So I forget what his channel is called, but thank you, whoever that was. I made this linkage and slides right in there. And then I'll use the original throttle. And this will go up through this hole, and that should be able to work the throttle. I think it's gonna work. I'm gonna bolt this on, hook the linkage up, probably cut this gas line shorter, and fire it up and run it. I think I fixed the leak from the fuel valve. I had to put the bottom gasket in, not anything from the top, but the bottom gasket. Yeah, should be ready to fire up again. and try it once more. All right, guys, I think that throttle is a success. That works really good. Now I just have to find a way to connect this throttle cable up to that so that my thumb throttle can run it. Then the whole throttle system will be dialed. So I was telling you guys, or maybe I wasn't telling you guys, I don't know. Either way, the three-wheeler is geared really tall. It does not have power to move. I want to be able to wheelie, and it cannot do that right now. So this is the old sprocket. I believe it's a 41 tooth. This is a 46 tooth, so I'm adding 5 teeth to the rear sprocket. Got it from eBay, JT Sprockets. The bolt holes line up. I haven't actually put it on there yet. I'm going to need to add a few chain links, but it should be ready to go pretty quick, and we can test if it wheelies. It should be better. I don't know how much better. 5 teeth is quite a bit, but I don't know if it's enough. We'll find out. Well, guys, the sprocket is switched around. It has the 46 toother on there now. It accelerates quicker, but it's still not as good as I want. Okay, we're back in my shop instead of my dad's shop. You guys might think that I keep changing my locations really often, keep going back and forth between the shops. That's because, yeah, it's multiple different days that I'm working on this. I don't get it all filmed in one day. But we're here now to change this spring to the more torqueier setting so that it gives it more torque. This thing just doesn't have the low end torque power that I want it to. So we're going to do that to it. And then we'll see if it can wheelie, and we'll test the top speed. Okay, so the spring was in the top middle hole. I'm going to move it to this one for more torque. And it's as simple as that. Put the whole thing back on. Well, I had the GoPro on while I was doing the top speed test and the wheelies test. And it did wheelies, and it did 29.5 for a top speed. It was a little bit of a hill going down, so it's probably a little bit slower than that. But I'm gonna say 30 miles an hour for the top speed, and it wheelies really good. I don't know if I'll figure out how this new GoPro works in time to have it on this video for you guys. But yeah, it does wheelies, does 30 miles an hour, and I have an action camera to mount on my helmet now. I just am figuring out how to work it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video whenever that video comes out. Thanks so much, guys.